When I think of a scrambler, I think of the desert. Nostalgic images of desert races, riders like Malcolm Smith and J.N. Roberts riding classic-looking motorcycles. I get dirt bikes are awesome, but I love the thought of riding a Triumph through the desert. In 2020, I spent 6 weeks in Arizona riding off-road with Merrick on the weekends. I pushed both the bike and myself beyond our limits. I had a few issues, but overall I learned a lot and I bonded with my motorcycle even more. But now I have the more capable Scrambler 1200, so the limits of the bike far exceed mine as a rider. It was time to check out how I would do on a bike with some serious suspension travel. First thing I would learn is to be careful when you stop and you're on a tall bike. Oh my God, oh, you know which way to go. Oh, wrong gear. No. Damn it. Turns out, bikes fall over easily when you can't touch the ground. Oh, no. Damn it. Once again, I was riding with Merrick on his DR650. Aw. And the beginning of Reddington was in some bad shape. Bombed ass road. But the bike was doing well. Reviews were great. I was getting my sea legs back, and I was horribly out of breath. Turns out I was in better shape last year after 6 weekends of riding off-road. Now is a good time to remind you how much action cameras flatten everything out. It's up and down hills for a bit of Reddington, but the beginning sees the most traffic, thus all the holes and ruts. But as you get further into the desert, the road is less traveled and your speed can pick up. Climb. Drifter. Oh, I made it. Oh my Lord. My legs are already shot. How to get your fat ass in shape, 101. We got off the main road to test the bike. In a few spots, we tested the street scrambler. Of course, it was no problem for Merrick. And although I could have done this better, it was a lot easier than it was on my street scrambler. This stuff's good. The sand is not a problem compared to how it was on the street scrambler, I can tell that. My speed up. Sand. The 1200 is definitely a lot better in the sand than the street scrambler, which makes sense with the 21-inch wheel and the rake angle. Ay. God, I can't believe I'm so gassed already. As the trail got more difficult, it was clear the bike could handle it, but that I was very fatigued, and I was starting to make mistakes. Ooh, whoa. Oh, you saw that. I almost lost it. Damn it. And as always, Merrick had great advice when I needed it. There's so much stopping power, Margaret. Yeah. Like I'm a trials rider. This is more my speed. We got back to the main road, and it's here I think the Scrambler shines. Faster, less technical stuff where you can keep the speed up. Just a nice ride through the desert with spectacular views. And that's good too, because I'd rather not get hurt. If I could go the rest of my life with no broken bones, that would be wonderful. No more, I should say.
rocky.
The next day, I went for a dual sport group ride, south of Tucson and heading for the border in more terrain that I felt comfortable on with the Scrambler 1200. Again, the speeds were fast, which felt good, and it didn't get too technical, which was also good.
As long as it stays like this, because I'm not wearing any armor. I mean, other than my helmet and boots. Ooh, I should definitely have armor on. It's a little rougher than I thought things would be. Or I shouldn't say rough, but a little more serious than not wearing armor. So, might be.
It seems that every time I leave, I always end up missing the desert. And I like to think that sometimes the desert misses me too.
I miss you, Chris.
Thank you.
Where do you go to sleep at night? Say it ain't so. Please say it ain't so. Where do you go for divine delight? Is it someone I know? Someone from before? I know you so well, and I know how it feels when we fall. You're drifting away, and the wounds have turned into scars. It's tender, it's dark, and it's breaking my heart.
Ooh, baby.
Where do you go? In whose arms do you fall? Say it ain't so. Please say it ain't so. You know, forever ago, you were in my arms. We used to juggle in those. Couldn't know where to go. I know you so well, and I know how it feels when we fall. You're drifting away, and the wounds have turned into scars. It's tender, it's dark, and it's breaking my heart. I knew you so well.
Dale. There's Tenere, Super Tenere. We'll be taking that to the Dalton Highway next year, up to Prudhoe Bay.
At the end of the day, I was very smitten with my motorcycle. The Scrambler felt great out in the desert. The greatest part about yesterday was that I had the heated grips on when my hands were cold. I had cruise control on when I had to get there. It handled well off-road. It was comfortable the whole time, and I think it was the coolest bike there. Merrick would argue the DRs were the coolest bikes, but he's wrong. This was the coolest bike there. Triumph, can't go wrong. This thing's sweet. As always, thanks for watching. Take care and scramble on. And get yourself to the desert. Gotta ride a motorcycle in the desert. It's the best. And I'm very excited to progress as a rider. I did it right that time. I was still doing it wrong. I can't pronunciate things. How am I supposed to learn Spanish?